Let's talk about
Yeah.
your equity part of work. That is quite a big chunk of it. Tell us of a decision that you recommended that went wrong.
If you have to define trading in one of these three words, that is knowledge, human psychology, and luck, which would associate the most with it?
It sounds like you're blaming the geopolitical thing for this.
How the depreciation is going to affect all three financial statements in a layman term. You know the three financial statements?
I'll tell you what the red flags in your profile are.
This 15-20 minutes. Rate yourself out of 10.
I think good 8.
Okay.
वही ना सर, मैं खुद की favorite हूँ.
ठीक है.
Okay, Swati, can you tell us one part of your resume that you find the least impressive?
A part of my resume, I think my time at Business Quant, where I was an intern, I was very young, and my role was mainly data related. So I think that would be somewhat much less than what I do currently.
So you don't like data work?
Not that I don't like it. It's good. It's a very good place to start, but it's very important to build from it. And I think, yeah, I mean, it should not be data all the time, I guess.
So that part was not exciting for you?
It was exciting at the time because I did not know a lot. But now I think I can do much more than just data entry into Excel models.
Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
your equity part of work. That is quite a big chunk of it. Tell us of a decision that you took, that you recommended, that went wrong.
I think one of the recent stocks that I thought would do well, which did not, was Supreme Industries. In around January, February of 2025, I had recommended Supreme Industries. The thesis behind that was that at that time the pipes industries in general had not been doing well for quite some time because of the raw material pricing, which was quite low globally, and there were a lot of triggers or catalysts, you can say, for growth that were at the time visible, which I saw could work out. There was some anti-dumping duties that were supposed to be put from India to other countries, and so at that time it did seem like it could have been one of the winners, but unfortunately how things rolled out, I mean, nobody knows how the geopolitical stance can be. It can change any minute, right? And I think that is what kind of happened, and pipes in general did not really bounce back quite well. There was a period between Feb to April where all of these pipe stocks, which are Supreme, Astral, they did quite well, but I think they fell back down. So I think that was somewhere I could have I don't know, there was something maybe that I could have done better.
It sounds like you're blaming the geopolitical thing for this, whereas isn't it your job to kind of take the macro picture into account and look at historical factors, plus look at future projections? We understand if there was something like a COVID outbreak, which was one in a very rare chance, but geopolitical flare-ups can happen anytime, and it was something so massive or something so out of the blue that kind of caught you off guard. So, would you then take the blame for this and kind of agree that, we did not do our research properly?
I mean, I think it's a mix of both. I would say definitely I could have done much better. There's always scope for improvement. But I also believe that it's not every year that a president of a big country comes and says that you can't buy oil from Russia, or I'll put more tariffs, or you need to be careful of. Like, there are a lot of things that do happen which are not in our control, and which are maybe that are quite rare. So definitely there is a lot of scope for improvement. But sometimes things are beyond what we can maybe predict.
If you have to define trading in one of these three words, that is knowledge, human psychology, and luck, which would associate the most with it?
Trading, I think human psychology.
Okay.
If I had to pick one.
Okay, so knowledge takes the second place after human psychology?
Yes.
Okay, so can I say that many people make money only just by reading the psychology of the people? Is that right?
I think what I meant when I said human psychology in trading is that a lot of times what we don't see is the way people trade is actually it says a lot about their behavioral skills. So just to give you some context, my first job was at a company which was a trading desk, which is VT Capital. So there we do day-to-day trading, and it's a very high stress job where things can change in minutes, or maybe things may not change for days, right? And there what we see, what I used to see across the different traders is that, so there was this one person who we shall, let's say X. So X was very calm. He was always, if he had a bad day, he wouldn't really let it get to him. And he was, I think that year in 2022, he was the highest, the one with the highest profits. He had done 10 crores in profits. He was always calm. Good days, bad days, it did not really shatter his mood. But I think, and now if I look at employee Y, with him, it was like if it was a good day, everybody in the office would know that okay, Y has had a good day today. There would be, he would be partying, and if it was a bad day for him, he would not. Everybody would know, okay, today this guy did not do well. So I think that really played to his output the next day or in the short term a lot. So I think that's what I meant by human psychology.
So let's say I'm talking about a company whose profit goes up by 20%, 25% in a year, right? And still the stock stumbled. What can be the reason behind that? Because going by the human psychology, possibly it should shoot up. So is there a possibility of happening of that? We have seen that in past. What can be the possible reasons?
Okay. I think a very good example would be maybe players in the EMS industry. So in the EMS industry, companies like Dixon, like Amber, like Sirma, they give guidances that are sometimes very huge. If you look at from FY23 to FY24, Dixon doubled its revenues. So I think that is a massive number. Now let's say if FY23 to FY24, he has doubled its profits, and FY24 to 25, it's only 25 to 30% versus maybe a guidance of 50%. Now that might be a decent profit growth in an industry like maybe power or an industry like FMCG, but for an industry like EMS, which is booming right now, for them it's an underperformance. Given that, number one, it says a lot about the fact that a Dixon, whose entire business revolves around new customer retention and new customer addition, and continuing to, let's say, give smartphones and TVs and washing machines. If he is giving 25 to 30% growth, that also shows that new clients have not come in. So if new clients have not come in now, what's going to happen 3 years down the line? So that says that. So it is sector specific, definitely.
So you are saying they are performing well, but within the industry they have not performed as good as the other companies.
Yes.
So therefore it is there.
Yes.
Okay. I just have a simple question as a trader. Let's say I'm asking you this question, that if the price of crude oil goes up, let's say by 30-40%. So which are the 3 sectors where the prices would go down, and which are the 3 sectors where it will go up?
The oil sector. Okay, so I think the sectors that would go down, one would be FMCG, because a lot of the raw materials for FMCG sector are crude derivatives. So I think that would be one sector that would be impacted. Second sector that would be impacted would be the oil management, the OMCs. OMCs like BPCL, HPCL, if their contracts are not one that are price relative, so if they have fixed contracts, then it might not be a problem, but generally they don't. So if their raw material cost increases, they don't really increase their prices to the consumers. It's very uniform nowadays, as opposed to 5 years before. So they would be a second sector that would be impacted. And the industries that would do well if crude went up, I think number one would be Reliance. Reliance would make good margins on it because they do refining. And I think that's all I can think of right now.
He only asked you sectors and not companies, but
Refinery.
Possibly, we are understood that. And one last question from my side, that I see that you have worked in VT Capital Markets from August 21 to 23, then April 23 to May 24, then May 24 you again changed. So what is the reason behind these frequent changes? Because that tells about a person, that how probably fickle minded a person is and keeps on changing his priorities. So why is that so? Or probably for better money?
I think it's not just it's not being fickle-minded. So VT Capital, it's a trading desk in Calcutta, where I'm originally from, and the finance industry, as you know, is the finance capital of India is Mumbai. So I've always wanted to move to Mumbai so that I can have more exposure, meet new people, and get higher up in my career. So I think the first switch that I made from VT to BOB Capital, which was a sell side desk, was so that I could get that exposure, get the network, and get more.
But why didn't you take that decision in August 21 itself? You joined a company, after 2 years you say, no, I want to move to Mumbai because I'll get more exposure there. Initially should have joined there then.
Actually, so I graduated.
It's like you get into an IIM and after 1 year you say, no, I think ISB would be better, so I'll go there.
I had just completed my CFA in Feb 23, which is why I got to go to BOB Capital in April 23. I think that is what kind of moved the needle for me to be able to make that switch.
Okay. Therefore, you could make that switch.
This also we notice now, CFA level 3. What will working in BOB Capital and JM Financial and completing a CFA level 3 not give you that now an MBA is going to give you? So why do you want to pursue an MBA? You should just continue working and do well in life.
I think one of the most used answers, but the real reason that I too want to do an MBA is that everybody wants to expedite their career, right? Any recruiter you go to, they say, I want an MBA. But when they say I want an MBA, it's not just because of the tag. It's because MBA represents something. Number one, it'll give me a lot of knowledge. I believe that I have some knowledge in finance, but there are a lot of other sectors or other, the other segments of a business that I can gain knowledge on. When I go for an MBA course, I will meet 10 kinds of people, and they'll give me 10 different opinions, 10 different ways to look at a particular problem or particular situation. So I think knowledge will be one.
But you get those people in your company as well. You have HR department there, finance department there, so you can meet those guys as well to get the first-hand experience from those, because in MBA they would be teaching you all theory. You are getting that first-hand experience from those people in the company itself.
But in my company, you can make a great point, but in my company, our entire energy and time goes into the field of research that I am in. So it's very difficult to find time out and understand about other people. Whereas if I'm studying the exact what exactly happens, what are the maybe the subjects, maybe the case studies, maybe like what I've heard is that in an MBA course there are a lot of case studies that are given to us there, and let's say if today 4 of us are given a case study to do, I will have a particular opinion on it because of my background, right? But there are 3 other people who have come from 3 different backgrounds. One is a fresher, one's in marketing, one's in some other sector. So I think that will open up my mind as to, okay, this also is one way to look at it. So I think that's that kind of proximity to real life situations is something that's exciting.
What do you want to do after MBA? Where do you see yourself?
Post MBA, I think I want to continue in finance, that I know for sure. Within finance, I would probably want to move into private markets. I have been in public markets for some time, and
okay,
I think
Swati. So private market, public market. Tell me that there are how many different markets?
I think in terms of whether they are listed or not, it's private.
I'm talking about market, not a company listed or not listed. So, which area you are comfortable with? We will talk on the same area.
I think I'm comfortable with maybe power sector.
Power, fine. So let's just start with the basics. Okay, so you are CFA L3, as sir said. You have done the 90% of batch aspirations covered.
Exactly.
Now it's a back foot. Okay, anyway, it's your wish. I'll discuss. And you have done the buy side and the sell side again. Now start with the basics. Just define how the depreciation is going to affect all 3 financial statements in a layman term. You know the 3 financial statements.
Yes.
So how the depreciation? Take a number, take one example, give me the answer.
So let's say if you have an asset of 1 lakh rupees with a 10% straight line
Define
method.
asset first, without using the word own, my, something like this. Define asset.
An asset is anything that will give the proprietor or the company returns in the future. It's an investment for the future.
Goodwill is an asset.
Yes,
How can we put goodwill in the books?
we can put it under intangible assets on the asset side, on the
How
non-current.
can we calculate the value of goodwill if we have to sell or merge or acquired? So how the goodwill would be calculated?
So if there's a company that's never been merged or acquired, they probably will not have a goodwill item on the balance sheet. But once a company is acquired,
No, means a company which is not acquired won't have a goodwill.
it won't be present in the balance sheet, because for the goodwill to occur, there has to be some difference between the actual enterprise value of a company. So I'll just
My question is
explain this.
how the goodwill
Yes.
would be calculated.
So let's
But
say,
you forget the first question, the depreciation part. So start with the depreciation,
okay.
the 1 lakh asset.
So there's an asset worth 1 lakh rupees, and it's been depreciated for 10 years at a
Why the
straight line.
depreciation is required?
When we buy a new asset, at the beginning, the efficiency, the productivity, and the output of the asset is much higher than compared to what it would be towards the end of its life, because there is some normal wear and tear that happens.
So we should put depreciation on the goodwill. So every asset should be depreciated, should have a depreciation value, and you said the goodwill is an asset. So there should be depreciation value on the goodwill.
Not necessarily. I think there are some
Any
assets-
company, example, where the goodwill is depreciated.
I have not checked the
What is beta of
financial
market?
beta of market one.
Beta. What is beta?
Beta of any stock or any
Yeah, stock.
company is the sensitivity of that stock relative to the market. So let's say,
Can the beta negative?
yes.
Example.
Okay, not for a stock, maybe for a strategy. I'm sorry. I think for a stock it can lie between 0 and 1.
For theory, it could be just like the black shoe model. You heard of it? What is the black shoe model?
I have heard about it. I cannot recollect it at the moment.
Okay. So just let me know. MBA कर लिया, सब कुछ कर लिया, फिनांस में ही बात करते हैं ना, और क्या बताओ, फिनांस में क्या अच्छा लगता है?
Finance.
Just give me one example of a company earning profit but not giving dividends and the stakeholders are happy. Why so? First example of a company earning profit, not releasing dividends since so long. Any company? Why someone put money in some of the company or the stocks to get the profit, and the company is not giving the profit, dividend is not released.
So one of the reasons that could be why a company does not give dividends is because it's reinvesting in its own growth. Generally, companies.
Example?
Example, I'm not sure. I think MTAR maybe in recent times. MTAR Technologies.
No. Anyway. Okay. So what's your plan B if not selected?
I think I'm okay. Plan B. I think if for some reason if this doesn't happen, I'll continue to work, and while I'm working, I will prepare for further examinations, and I have planned that I want to do an MBA. If by any chance
Who is
it
the
is
finance
not,
minister? Because you are the finance, so much into the finance.
Nirmala Sitharaman.
Who is the finance minister of your both states, Kolkata and Maharashtra?
Finance minister is
There
on.
would be finance minister,
I think
like you have a
Of
CM.
course,
you have,
there's a chief minister. Under that, there are respective portfolio ministers.
could be the hold by the chief minister only.
Or that, yeah.
I think I just know the finance minister for India, which is Nirmala Sitharaman. I'm not sure if I know the names of Bengal and Maharashtra. I don't think.
I see you as a strong candidate, but I want to know one last thing. One habit that the bad managers have, that you are having.
So I'll just take one moment to think about it.
Take your time.
I think bad habit that managers have, I can think of a couple of them. What's common between them and me, I think I'm stuttering a little bit. That is something that a manager would probably not do.
No, I mean that's not something that you can talk of. I mean, this is not a trait that we only look into the managers. No one should be stuttering actually. So it's not about specifically about managers. So
Bad
specifically
managers.
about the managers I'm talking, professional setup.
As of now, I don't see anything common between myself and a bad manager.
So you're a perfect manager, you are saying.
I think there's a lot for me to learn,
Right.
but I don't see myself as a manager yet, I think.
The biggest area of improvement in that?
The ability to articulate, if I'm being
You
very
are,
honest.
articulating very good. We don't see that. I think you have been very good in articulation. So looks like that आप अपनी favorite हैं, मतलब I have everything good, nothing wrong with me, huh?
I mean, to that I would like to say that if anybody ever thinks that they are not good enough, that's a ripple effect. That nobody should do. I always believe that every day is a new day. Always believe in yourself. Whatever's going to happen.
That's
is gonna
all
be-
preaching. If you the day you start feeling that okay, I don't have any bad habit, that means the day you stop improving as well, right?
No, everybody has bad habits. You're right, but that should not be what dictates your life. You should always. I always, the way I see life, the way I see any new challenge that comes to me is that if I win, it's a win. If I lose, it's a lesson. Like that's what everybody says. That's
Have you
what-
lost?
going to
Have you
have
ever
some
got,
lessons.
got some lessons? That's what I am
Yes.
asking. I'm not
I
saying that
think-
what are the things that are dictating your life and they are bad.
Yeah, I think one failure, one time that I've lost was the first time. So I have always been fairly good at academics in my 10th, in my 12th, in my college. But and even when I was pursuing the CFA charter, the levels 1 and 2, I passed above 90 percentile. But around the level 3, my first attempt, I could not clear it. And I think that was one of the biggest moments of my life because before that I never felt like I could fail. But when that happened, that actually grounded me to a different level. It showed me that you need to be serious, you need to make sure that you're thorough about everything. And I think that one incident kind of got me where I am today. Anything that I ever do will be because that one moment of failure taught me that I can never take anything for granted. So I think that was one very big lesson in my life.
Okay.
There you go. Done. Thank you, Swati.
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Swati, so obviously you're very polished, and you the corporateness just shows because you've been through the grind. I'll tell you what the red flags in your profile are. It's overly finance. It screams in your face finance. Now that's not your fault. Relax. But and उसके बाद आपको करना क्या है? MBA in finance. So you will have to justify that with something more stronger, because this is you're just stating the things. ठीक है? Already internship and 2 solid experiences where you've got promotions, you've handled this AUM with this volume, and ऊपर से you're a CFA level 3. You have it all. It's all working perfectly. Then why? So sir is right. We tried to kind of probe and gauge कि is it restlessness कि चलो अभी मैं बोर हो रही हूँ, अभी ये करती हूँ, अभी और बोर हो रही हूँ तो ये करती हूँ. So this might come your way. Remember, trading को लेके everything was on pretty much bang on. ठीक है? You kind of answered, you thought of things, and kind of this thing. So again, so why MBA में you have to we need to work on the script. write it down, run it by your teachers and faculties, and kind of make a more compelling story. So we need to think through this because it's not coming out. But ठीक है, that's the objective of doing this, by the way. ठीक है. Then basics, where Amya sir came into the picture. That's where the entire board started rocking.
sir, मुझे.
And the entire board started shaking. So this shows that when you're bombarded, the whole demeanor falls apart. So let's not do it, because then facial expressions start becoming casual. So again, relax, you're human, anybody would. Let's be calm or poker face. It's okay for you to think. So please take that time out to think. So you're allowing yourself to go blank. Yeah. So let's do that, please, by the way. General knowledge related to finance should be there, because the budget is around the corner.
Yeah.
So a lot of things will come from there, and other things, and this could go any direction. It could go
Yeah,
crypto
budget
investments.
I think I'll be fine with, because
I'm sure.
work related we get a lot of data. So I think that I'll try my best to be bang on.
But then the fact that you counter question कि is there a Minister of Finance in the
I
state?
thought it was
There
a trick
is.
question.
ठीक है, आपको नहीं पता है, लेकिन आप बोल दो I'm so sorry sir, I don't recall. But ठीक है, बोल के छोड़ देने का ना. That's all. So this little casualness ना, let's avoid. Let's please avoid. हाँ जी sir.
I to slightly disagree with sir. I found you, I mean, quite confident even when you were bombarded with questions.
Confident.
I somehow, I didn't see you collapsing. I mean, you were quite solid at that time as well. You didn't know the answers. उसके बाद भी you were there because of the knowledge that you have, especially about finance. So you are very strong in your subject. That's a very good part. And the good thing is that you can drive your interview exactly in the direction in which you want to. So this is the probably biggest positive. But yes, you have to work upon your weaknesses as well. So that should have been there. That answer should have been there. That what is that I am bad at possibly. There must be something.
Oh, that was a weakness question.
Or a bad manager, na?
Or of a bad manager. That's basically what.
So say anything. Don't say perfectionism. You can't say such kind of things. Just say
And-
balancing between macro and micro. Because your job is so nuanced, but your job is so overarching, I find it difficult to balance. MBA will help you balance it, sir. So see, now you're filling two gaps.
Right,
You're
right.
filling two
So
gaps.
YMBA would also be solidified in that. है ना? तो कुछ
try
भी
doing
उसके
that.
और मतलब stuttering is not something that is a bad manager.
misunderstood
वो
the
तो-
question.
Yeah, I think
that-
so, yeah.
वो नहीं है. बाकी otherwise I found you very confident, and confidence comes with knowledge. You have a very good knowledge as well. बस छोटी मोटी चीज़ें वो होता भी यही है. When the students are very sharp, we expect more from them. So you are the sharp student. So expect that fine tuning now a little bit.
Yeah.
All else is good.
पहले आप बताइए कैसा रहा this 15-20 minutes. Rate yourself out of 10.
I think a good 8.
Okay,
वही ना सर, मैं खुद की फेवरेट हूँ.
ठीक है.
I don't
Really
think it was
अच्छा है.
very bad. It was ठीक है
So
थोड़ा
मैं पॉजिटिव से स्टार्ट करूँ या नेगेटिव से स्टार्ट करूँ?
negative.
नेगेटिव सही.
हाँ.
तो अगर इस पता नहीं यूट्यूब पे भी वो लोग जो देख रहे होंगे या किसी ने नोटिस किया नहीं, अगर मैं बजर बजाना स्टार्ट करूँ, आई थिंक कम से कम 25 टाइम्स बजर बजेगा. आप आई थिंक्स बहुत बड़ा यूज करते हो. मैं मेरी फेवरेट
कैजुअल स्लैंग वर्ड है थोड़ा.
तो
Avoid
एक
it.
2-3 बार हुआ तो चलेगा, लेकिन वो एक थोड़ा सा अगर मैं नोटिस कर लिया
That's
कि
where
आई
the casualness was
थिंक
coming. That's what I was saying.
तो वो है आई थिंक बहुत बार सर के साथ आप बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रेंडली हो गए थे. ये
Got carried away.
तो मैं इसके अगेंस्ट हूँ बिकॉज वी आर द सीनियर्स. देख थोड़ा सा ना यू नो राइट दिस इज व्हाट, मतलब फ्रेंडली टॉक नहीं होना चाहिए था. हो सकता है इन्हें प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो, मुझे प्रॉब्लम थी
Got
बिकॉज अहमदाबाद में कुछ प्रोफेसर बहुत फ्रेंडली
senior,
हैं,
very
कुछ हैं.
respected.
तो वो थोड़ा सा है द मोस्ट लॉजिकल डिसीजन. CFA के बाद MBA करना ही है, लाइफ में कुछ बचा ही नहीं है. वो MBA ही करते हैं, तो उसको बस सिंक कर लेना है. दूसरा यहाँ जो इशू है ना कि गुड कैप बैड कैप हो जाता है. मैं बैड कैप बन जाता हूँ. अच्छा इधर आ गया, अच्छी बात. तो आपके पहले से दिमाग में था गुड कैप.
हाँ वो पहले था कि वो एक
अगर ये तो
preconceived
आना है
notion
ना,
था
तो
कि
वो-
अमिया सर की जब बारी आएगी तो मुझे थोड़ा सा फिर सोचना है क्या करना है.
अच्छा है, बेसिक्स पॉलिश कीजिए, नॉलेज है आपका. हम क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं ना कि बीइंग अ 5-year किड कैसे एक्सप्लेन कर पाओगे आप. नॉलेज टर्म्स नहीं चाहिए. एसेट गुडविल कहाँ होंगे, डिप्रिशिएशन कैसे होगा नहीं होगा. बस देखना चाहते हैं कि कहाँ पे ब्रेक हो रहे हो आप 2-3 जगह ब्रेक हो गए थे। दोष का कोई आंसर नहीं है कि एसेट को डिप्रिशिएट करेंगे, कहाँ जाएगा नहीं जाएगा। मैंने आपको 3 क्वेश्चन पूछा, तीनों में मैंने काटा आपको, तो ये आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि आप ओनर्स लो कि सर यू कैन आई आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन ऑफ योर्स, दिस क्वेश्चन ऑफ योर्स। मैंने 3 ही क्वेश्चन पूछा आपसे, पहला डिप्रिशिएशन का, फिर द बीटा, फिर उसके बाद। तो आपको पूछना बोलना चाहिए या किसी को भी बोलना चाहिए, सर वी लेफ्ट विथ वन क्वेश्चन, शुड आई,
Do you want me to complete it?
हाँ नहीं शुड आई, बस आप पूछ लेते तो मुझे लगता अच्छा या अच्छा है, उसको पता है क्या है। वाई आई कट यू, और कोई भी आपसे कट क्यों करता है? पहला होता है कि आप बहुत जेनरिक आंसर दे रहे हो, दूसरा होता है कि हमें पता है कि इसको पता है, और तीसरा होता है कि हमें पता है कि इसको नहीं पता है, या हमें दूसरा होता है कि भूख लग गई है, हट बंद करो, वाइंड अप करो। तो आपको शो करना चाहिए कि नहीं अभी मैं हूं। जैसे होता है ना कि मैंने आपको 3 टास्क दिया एज ए बॉस, पहला टास्क आप किया, मैंने दूसरा बोल दिया, पहला टास्क छोड़ दो, ये टास्क ज़्यादा प्रायोरिटी है, उस टास्क को भूल जाते हैं। तो अगर आप बोल देते हो ना तो पॉइंट्स ले लेता है, बाकी तो ठीक है। सब्जेक्ट नॉलेज पे कमांड कीजिए, आपका है पूरा का पूरा सेफ है, पता होना चाहिए। आप इफ़ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग आपने एथिक्स L3 में कुछ और भी पढ़ा होगा, फिनेंस एथिक्स ये सब, हाँ, तो उसको भी देख लेना है। आपके लाइफ में कुछ भी सोशल नहीं दिख रहा है मेरे को, आप प्लेन एकेडमिक्स हो, बुकिस पर्सन दिख रहे हो। कुछ किया है अपनी लाइफ में बुक्स के अलावा, मतलब एकेड्स के अलावा?
स्कूल में बहुत कुछ किया है।
तो उसको उस ए में तो लिखा नहीं होगा ना, ए के फॉर्म में लिखा है?
अभी तक कुछ भी नहीं लिखा, ए का फॉर्म भरना है अभी।
तो नेशनल तो कुछ है नहीं, इंटरनेशनल कुछ है नहीं, एक है,
नेशनल सिर्फ एक है।
ठीक है, बाकी तो फाइट करते हैं। अच्छा है,
You're so close, Swati, so close. Just go and kill it now. That's all.
Yeah.
चलिए, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.